If you're like me, you got a lot of great taste, but maybe a small budget. It's DJ LumbaJack here, your boy, and taking you on the funky adventure as I crate dig up and down all the thrift stores, because I'm a cheapskate when it comes to records, but I love the thrill of the hunt. So I play with you here, each record that I find through my adventures, and I review it here, my live reaction, listening to it on the tables. It's called Thrift Store Finds Vinyl Digs. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Oh, hey, what's up? It's Sam, aka DJ LumbaJack, your boy, taking on the funky adventures of Thrift Store Finds, where I take records that I find at the thrift store while I crate dig. You know, I'm a cheapskate. I don't like paying full price for records. So I try and find the best bargain bins, whether at a record store or an actual thrift store. And, you know, sometimes they're obscure. Sometimes they're, you know, something you've never heard of, or you know, an artist does a passion project or, you know, a specialty project you've never seen. It's just so weird or whatever. Or frankly, you get a really famous record for cheap, you know, that's just hidden somewhere at a thrift store. We're on a little bit of an international kick. So we're going to continue with that. We went from the last few episodes, we went from Africa to Brazil, over to India. Last week we were in Moscow. And this week, we are continuing that international flavor. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Are you ready? You want to find out what it is? We're going to China. Now, this is, I had to get this. I have no idea what this is. I don't speak Chinese. I don't know what this is. Look at this. Completely in Chinese. This isn't an import. This is something, and this is like a 7-inch record. So, you know, this is, I think, the first 7-inch I've done. King record long play. That's all I know about it. That's the only English words. And like side A, side B. I don't even know what side A and side B is. Doesn't even say that in English. So this is going to be an interesting one, but I wanted to keep an international theme. And, you know, going back to the African Sanctus, well, it was African Sounds. It was of course, engineered and recorded by a white colonizer, you know, in the guise of doing it for a Catholic mass. He was hybridizing that. So I wanted to get something that was super authentic, had no, you know, white person's touch or appropriation, so to speak. You know, and I had a caveat in there because we try to see past those things, you know, because especially in that episode, he really, you know, mixed some good sounds and his heart was in the right place and he was recording things on the fly and it was really a journalistic kind of thing. And he traveled and he hitchhiked and he had all these wonderful stories and he really wanted to learn cultures and he had an open heart and an open mind. And that's what it's really all about. You know, people will have missteps, but it's all about having an open heart and an open mind. So join me on that journey. Okay, so here we go. It's episode, what number is this? I forget what episode. Well, it's good I forget because I don't even know what this is called. It's the Chinese. I'm guessing it's Chinese based on the scripture. I can tell the difference. I don't think it's Korean, and it certainly does not look Japanese. So if I'm wrong, please tell me in the comment section. But if you're ready, I think I'm ready. Let's go. All right. Like I said in the previous segment, I don't speak Chinese. I'm going to have to get some of my friends that speak Chinese and can read it to tell me what this is. But it's not an import. This is something that came out in China, I assume. And just from the scripture, I know enough to recognize different scripts versus Japanese, Korean, that kind of thing. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be Taiwanese. Ooh, is Taiwan different than China? I don't want to get into trouble there. You know, Singaporean, I am very ignorant to those different languages, so please forgive me. And I want to be aware of that. I don't even know which side is side one, honestly. King record long play. So I'm just going to do one side and hopefully I can get, can I tell by the characters? Is that the same character? So it looks like there's 4 tracks on each side. So here we go. I'm guessing it's pretty traditional based on the picture. They're all in alignment, doing some sort of formation. And there's drums. So it looks like the singers and the band in the background. So we'll see what this sounds like. Here we go. We'll just call them track 1, track 2. Looks like there's 4 tracks on each side. So there's a total of 8 tracks. And I assume it's at 33. It could be at 45 speed. Oh, it is at 33 speed. Here we go. Okay. Now again, if you're new to watching the show, some of the things I look for when grading this, I give it a grade at the end, between 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. So how well is it recorded? Recorded really well. It's in good condition. Again, this looks vintage. This looks like it might be from the 70s, if not earlier, 60s, 50s. How well do the songs flow from one to the other? How do they end? And does it have a high samplability rate? Like, how well could I take samples from this and make it into a track or use it to layer something? Right now, it's all good. This is pretty interesting. Could be from a soundtrack or something. I really have no idea. Little flute kind of sound there. Some sort of string instrument. Some sort of guitar. And again, not listening to the track in its entirety because that would just take way too long. These episodes are already pretty long in and of themselves. Just skipping to the end to see how it ends. Love it so far, just on the opening track. Nice little boom sting at the end. See, I love that, right? Don't you love that as opposed to a fade out? Definitely could sample that. You know you can turn that into a hip hop beat right there. I mean, that right there, that's for scratching. Again, I'm just freestyling, so it's like I'm getting my chops back up scratching, but I'm not the best. Okay, this sounds kind of like a ballad, very, very minimal instrumentation other than the voice. There's like some sort of reed instrument behind it, almost like a clarinet or a bass. Oh. Back to that string instrument. That you could probably sample right there. Samplability high for this one. This one's probably going to get a 10. I still got 6 more tracks to go, but this is pretty cool so far. And again, like, I've heard some of this music maybe at a Chinese restaurant or, just randomly at Chinese New Year or something like that. But, it sounds similar to this in Kung Fu movies, but, or other Chinese movies. But I've never had a record like this before, so it's kind of cool. Expand my horizon of like different sounds. Again, this isn't current. Oh, another. You get the idea. So I like how that had a little call and response. It's got a nice boom, boom, boom. You can put a hip hop beat to that. Just got to syncopate it just a little bit, But you can sample that, put it into a computer, and Sorang, that's nice. Okay, track 4, last track of this first side. I think it's the first side. I could be playing the second side first, so forgive me. A little bit more of a ballad. This one sounds more kind of like has European sounds going. This almost sounds like a track from last episode with the Moscow Nights, right? Right? Doesn't that kind of sound like more like... Oh, there we go. Another little ballad. Very interesting vibrato there. I mean, see, doesn't that sound... It's almost like a clarinet or something. And then the... All right, that's the first side. So far, so good. Really interesting stuff here. I'm digging it, not in my wheelhouse, but I'm open to it, and definitely stuff you can sample, well recorded. I will say, I don't want to say it's repetitive, but some sort of like chanting going on. Kind of like driving. Okay. Kind of like a marching song or something. That's pretty interesting. Love the flute. And the melody. So this is a different voice too. So there's been female and male voices. So far I think just one of each, one guy and one girl. This sounds like a different guy singing, so that's kind of nice, mixing it up a little bit, adding to the variety within the record. And all those call and responses, pretty cool. You can sample that. Dun, 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 dun. Right? You get the idea. I love it. It almost sounds like a pirate song or something. Okay, third track on B-side, or track 7 if you count them all together. So the first one with some like bass in there. Love it. You can probably sample that beat right there. Right? The color response. Tweet, tweet. I don't know what they're saying. All right. Pretty cool. I mean, again, like not my favorite type of music, but really interesting how instrumentation and the vocalization. It's the final track of the album. That's some sort of guitar string instrument. I don't know what. Again, that's a nice soprano. I assume that's a male voice, could be a female voice. Kind of right in the middle there. Nice soprano. Again, just skipping ahead. I hate to skip, not listen to them in their entirety, but for the purposes of this. We'll call and response. That's a cool little, you can probably sample that. Anything for here, you can just, just put in a little scratch sample, It's playful, right? That calm response. It's nice, playful, it keeps it light. And then it makes the ear kind of like, oh, when will I hear that again, All right, there it is. Short and sweet. 4 tracks on each side. Certainly, an EP of sorts. If they did that in China. Again, I'm assuming it's China. Please forgive me if it is not. Based on what I know from seeing Chinese writing, Chinese script, it looks Chinese. So I'm going to confer with my friends that speak and read Chinese and ask them. And there it is. It's episode 22, Deuce of Thrift Store Finds Vinyl Digs. I'm your boy, DJ LumbaJack. And that's how it is. It's cold listening. It's the cold reaction. It's the blind reaction. And if you like what we're doing, put a thumbs up. If you don't, put a thumbs down. Leave a comment and tell me why you did or didn't like it. Subscribe for more videos like this. And check out our other great playlists. We have other great videos. We have DJ mixes. We've got hiking videos. We have a podcast. Other stuff in there. Check it out. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when new videos come out. And other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next episode of Thrift Store Finds Vinyl Digs. See you then, and thanks again for watching. Peace!